All right, hello, greetings, and welcome everyone to this news video. I am the Ninjaneer, and the topics we're covering today are as follows. What a week and what's next? Doubt the donut. Steve driving the Aptera home. Production stories. Canada to do business with China. R2 pre-production builds rolling. Aptera impressions. The new chairman. Aptera stock happenings. And a stock announcement. Let's get going. Alright, you guys may be familiar with the fact that I have done several interviews this week. This was my week of interviews on the Dream Drive road trip that I took, where I went to Tello and to Aptera. But yeah, the overall arcing theme of that week was interviews. Next week, we're going to have a ride in the Tello, and I get to drive the Aptera, and I also will do a factory tour of the Aptera facility. Now, all of these three things are happening next week. I am working feverishly on the videos for those, mostly because I'm trying to do like one of those little cool intro thingies with the dramatic lighting and the cool music and things like that, which is a lot more work than I thought it would be, but it's still very fun. Yeah, just gonna let you guys know as well that I'm gonna be putting out some shorts of the factory tour, kind of teasing it up to the factory tour. Yeah, that's just pretty much what I got going on for this upcoming week. And yeah, stay tuned, man. Get in there. Hit the buttons if you haven't already. Okay, so there was a video done by Miss Go Electric. She basically put out a lot of information about Donut Labs that people didn't necessarily know or was more difficult to find. I had found some of this stuff, but some of it was completely new to me. But yeah, just to kind of give you guys an idea, I am still skeptical when it comes to Donut Labs. It's funny that when I talked about it, so many people were critical in the comments, which is fine because we all have different opinions. But this particular set of people, there was a particular set of people that was like, oh, how dare you? And I'm like, it's news and it's happening, so I'm covering it. I never said that they're going to be definitely the biggest things since sliced bread. But what I did say is if they do make these claims possible, then they are going to change the game. I still believe that, but I am still very skeptical until I see more data and charts and things of that nature. So this video kind of filled in some of that context that I needed. There are still no data charts or anything of that nature, and I am still skeptical for that reason, but this kind of eased my skepticism just a tad. All right, so Steve Fambro definitely did a lot of driving around in the Aptera. You can go to his page on X and see all the things that he has done in the Aptera. He's gone to the beach, he's driven up beside cars and put sticks and stuff in the back just to see them, see how they fit and things like that. He's had his dog in the back. He's basically doing all the testing that we are probably going to end up doing as consumers early on. So he's doing a lot of good market research or a lot of good research on his product and showing us that progress. And he did a lot of solar maxing. He also did a drive home where there was water like accumulating and sweeping off of the back and all kinds of cool stuff like that. Long story short, he's been having a lot of fun in the Aptera, and he mirrors in a lot of ways some of the stuff that I want to do with the Aptera. So it was really cool to see. Steve Fambro broke down all of these. Sorry, not Steve Fambro. Steve from Aptera Owners Club broke down all of these stories and gave his thoughts on them. That was a really good video. If you haven't watched that one, watch that. Alrighty, so Aptera says that they are planning to roll off their first validation vehicle on the assembly line soon. I got to see that video, I got to see that vehicle during my tour when it was just the frame and the battery pack and the basically the full assembly before they put the body on. I got to see it at that stage, and it was basically just needed the body on it and the systems to be hooked up together and things of that nature. But you'll see that later on. This video is a really cool shot, a bunch of shots on the stuff that is going on in the Aptera facility. I'm going to be talking to Chris McCammon during this tour, and yeah, it's just really good. So this is a really cool video. It's kind of like a fun preview of what I'm going to have on my video. So yeah, good times. Also to note here that Aptera Owners Club did a video on that too, man. He is rocking and rolling over there. So yeah, just check that out if you haven't already as well. Okay, so Transport Evolved is a channel that I rarely get to talk about, but when I do get to talk about them, I absolutely will. So Canada is doing business with China for the foreseeable future when it comes to EV. I forgot about that part of the video, sorry. They're working with China when it comes to EVs, and a lot of what they are doing is allowing some of China's EVs into Canada without tariffs and things like that. So the move itself is very timely considering Canada's relationship with the States right now. Not going to go into that because it's going to be a 20-minute rant, but they do a really good job at Transport Evolved of breaking down this story and the implications therein, as well as making it fun to watch and to listen to. So check that video out if you haven't already. But yeah, long story short, Canada and China are getting a little bit friendlier when it comes to EVs and EV related things. So yeah, that. Alrighty, so this happened quite a while ago, but I was on the road trip when it happened, so I did not get a chance to make anything about it, so I'm mentioning it now. They are putting R2s on the road. They are coming off the assembly line. Yeah, it's just good to see that they are making this happen. I do believe I actually mentioned it, but there were no like pictures like, oh, people are rumored to be seeing it, and here's pictures of it coming off the line. So Rivian's moving forward. Hopefully they make a lot of R2 sales. Hopefully Aptera gets into production and makes all the Aptera sales, and Tello gets into production and makes all the Tello sales. I just want EVs that make sense on the road as soon as possible. So yeah, good times. Okay, so there was a video that was made about the stock that Aptera owns. That Aptera sells. This video was made by Blaze Capital. Blaze Capital is, oh, I did not subscribe to them like I wanted to, but Blaze Capital is a channel that covers just startups in general and other sorts of investment opportunities. They covered Aptera in a pretty favorable light considering all things happening overall. Like, not saying that anything bad is happening at Aptera per se, but there is a lot of market fluctuation that we're going to talk about here in only very broad terms, because I am positive there's going to be a guy who can talk about it much better than I can that I will end up covering later on after he has covered said things. So yeah, anyway, this video was a very good overview of where Aptera is, where Aptera was at the time. 8 days ago. Things have changed significantly, and we're going to get into that momentarily. Part of what made Aptera stock kind of bolster a little bit was the announcement of their chairman of the board. This gentleman, Tony Kierton, he was a fantastic individual to interview. By the way, I did interview him. If you haven't seen that interview, I will link that down below as well. But yeah, generally speaking, oh, there's a watchful thoughts. Oh my word. All right, cool. So generally speaking, this introduction to him was letting you know a little bit about where he's from, what he did, and that kind of stuff. I filled in more of those little details while we were doing our interview. But his presence, his announcement bolstered the stock a little bit. And then things happened. So my thought process on why the Aptera stock dropped so much. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and show you here. It went from 450 to 150, dropping 67% of its. I did it again without even. So my kids are going to be like chanting the dreaded phrase as I let them see this video. But yeah, Aptera stock dropped 60%. Most of the reason for that is, in my opinion, now it is true that Aptera stock has dropped. What is to follow is my opinion on why it's dropped. Aptera has offered several shares, new shares, and new warrants for shares that are set at $2. That $2 price, combined with the dilution that these shares add into Aptera's overall picture, is why the stock dropped by this much. Now, do I think that this is a bad sign? Not necessarily, just because of the fact that the shares being offered and the amount that the stock dropped are about the same, in my opinion. Mathematically speaking, I don't know if it's my opinion necessarily, but yeah, the number of stocks that they were offering and the amount of drop is within tolerance, within levels that I expect. This trend of the stock dropping is more or less going to be the case until Aptera hits production. When they do hit production, I do expect them to recover most of the losses up to about $20-ish until they hit full volume production and we start seeing sales numbers. And at that point, it can go anyway, in my opinion. So yeah, this is a scary sign. I know a lot of people were freaking out about this. It is not. It does not give you the warm and fuzzies to see Aptera stock dropping this much. But I will say that this is not the end all be all. This is not the end of the world. This is probably fairly planned in their production not in their production, in their share strategy until such a time as they can get to production and things like that. Because it is so close to being quantified as a penny stock, that's my personal angst about this particular situation. But I do believe that as time goes on into next week, it'll probably inch back up toward that $2 mark. So we'll see if I'm right on that. I might not be, because I am not a stock analyst, nor am I somebody who has spent several dozen years in this field. My experience in finance is more or less related to family finance, and like I started dabbling in stock when Aptera went public. So yeah, that's my full experience, and so now you know that it is very likely that I am wrong with my opinions, but yeah, like I said, there's going to be a guy that's going to cover this very likely in much more detail sometime soon. Okay, interesting. The last story for today, I was going to share with you guys the announcement of Aptera putting out more stock and the kind of hold on that. The story no longer exists on X, so I am going to go ahead and try live to get to try and get to there we go. All right, so Aptera had announced the pricing of their public offering. It was set at $2 per share, like I said before. I was just showing you guys the fact that this is what occurred that I believe caused the Aptera stock to fall so precipitously. Yeah, like I said, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, this is the announcement that I think probably had the biggest effect on Aptera stock this week. Yeah, man, it's a little bit disturbing, concerning, that kind of stuff. But like I said, don't freak out yet. That's kind of the theme of this channel, because I see a lot of that negativity welling up around my channel. But yeah, don't freak out, guys. It's concerning, yes. Deal breaker or ending, no. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Well, you can worry about it if you want, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's all I had to say about that. But yeah, this is the reason. All right, that will be it for this news update. I am the Ninjaneer. If you guys like this video, please do all the YouTubey things. Make sure that you guys let me know how awesome you think the video is, or how awesome you guys are as a result of wanting to subscribe to such a channel as this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.